Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something super important if you're just starting out: U.S. government securities. Yeah, I know, it sounds kind of dry, but trust me, this is one of the safest and smartest ways to begin investing. So let's just jump right in. So let's talk about a situation I'm sure you've been in. You've worked hard, you've saved up a bit of cash, and now what, right? The stock market can feel like a total gamble, but leaving your money in a savings account, it's basically losing value every single day thanks to inflation. So where is that happy medium? Where do you even start? All right, here's how we're going to tackle this. We're going to look at this based on your goals. Are you saving for a trip next summer, or are you thinking way, way down the road, like retirement? See, for every job, there's a specific tool, and today we're going to start building out your personal financial toolkit. Okay, first things first, let's get one thing straight. These government securities, they're not supposed to make you a millionaire overnight. That's not their job. Think of them as the solid, concrete foundation for your entire financial house. They're the safe, reliable base that lets you take some smarter risks with other investments like stocks down the line. All right, let's get practical. Let's talk about goals that are right around the corner. We're talking about money you're going to need in the next year or so. Maybe it's for that epic vacation you've been dreaming of, or maybe it's for building up that crucial 3 to 6 month emergency fund. What's the right tool for that? Well, meet the Treasury Bill, or as most people call it, the T-bill. The way it works is honestly super simple. Imagine you lend the government, say, $99. Then in a few weeks or months, they pay you back a full $100. That $1 difference, that's your return. It's really that straightforward, and it's pretty much the safest investment on the entire planet. So, why would you use a T-bill? Well, there are two huge reasons. First, they are just about as risk-free as you can get, because they're backed by the full faith and credit of the U.S. government. And second, you get your cash back really quickly. This combo makes them the perfect parking spot for your emergency fund or for cash you know you'll need soon. You're not risking it in the market, but you're also earning more than you would in a dusty old savings account. Okay, so that's the short term covered. But what about goals that are a little further out? You know, the big stuff, like saving for a down payment on a house in, say, 5 years, or getting ready to pay off those student loans. For that, we're going to need a different tool from our kit. And that tool is the Treasury note, or T-note. Now, these are a bit different from T-bills. Instead of buying them at a discount, you buy them at face value, and they pay you interest. You get a steady, fixed payment every 6 months, like clockwork. Then, when the note matures, you get your original investment back. Pretty cool, right? The key word here, the most important concept, is predictability. When you're saving for something huge, like a house, you can't have any wild swings or surprises. T-notes give you that peace of mind. You get a predictable return, a stable income stream, so you know exactly what your savings will look like when it's time to make that life-changing purchase. All right, time to zoom way out. Let's talk about the long haul. We're thinking about goals that are literally decades away, like retirement. This is where you can really let time do the heavy lifting for you, and we've got a couple of fantastic options here. So for the really long-term stuff, you've got two main players. On one side, you have Treasury bonds, or T-bonds. You can think of them as just longer-term T-notes. They give you that steady interest income, but for 20 or 30 years. And on the other side, you've got Series EE savings bonds. And these have a killer feature. If you hold them for 20 years, they are guaranteed to double in value, no matter what. Okay, so how do you pick between the two? Well, it really comes down to your style. If you want to build a stable anchor for your portfolio and get those consistent payments that you can maybe reinvest, T-bonds are your go-to. But if you're more of a set-it-and-forget-it kind of person and you love the idea of a guaranteed outcome, that promise of doubling your money with an EE bond is just incredibly powerful. Okay, we need to talk about the elephant in the room: inflation. It's that silent killer of savings. $100 today just won't buy you the same amount of stuff in 10 years. It's a constant battle. But the good news is there are specific tools in our kit designed to fight back. First up, we have TIPS, and the name really says it all: Treasury Inflation Protected Securities. Their superpower is that the actual value of your investment, the principal, automatically goes up to match the rate of inflation. It's like an automatic defense shield for your money. And honestly, this is a total game changer. So as the official inflation number, the CPI, goes up, the value of your TIPS bond goes up right along with it. But here's the best part: the interest you get paid is based on that new, higher value. So your payments actually grow too. It ensures your money's buying power stays strong over time. Now for our other inflation fighter, the Series I savings bond, or I bond. And I gotta tell you, these are a huge favorite for beginners, and for good reason. They are designed not just to keep up with inflation, but to actually beat it. So what's the secret sauce here? Well, an I bond's interest rate is actually made of two parts. There's a fixed rate that stays the same for the life of the bond, plus a variable rate that moves up and down with inflation. That combination is designed to make sure your money is always growing faster than prices are rising. It's an amazing guarantee. So let's put them side by side to make it super clear. Think of TIPS as your shield. They protect your money's value from getting eroded by inflation. I bonds, on the other hand, are your sword. They're designed to actively go out and beat inflation. It's also good to know that TIPS are easier to buy and sell on the open market, whereas you have to buy I bonds directly from the government and there's a yearly limit. Okay, we've unpacked the entire toolkit. We know what each tool does. So now for the big question. How do you actually get these things? And how do you put them together into a smart starter portfolio? You've basically got two main paths you can take. First, you can go straight to the source, the Treasury Direct website. You buy directly from the government, so there are no fees, which is awesome. The website, well, it's a little old school, but it works. The other path is to use your regular brokerage account or investing app. It's way more convenient, and you can buy things called ETFs, which are just bundles of these securities that are super easy to trade. So with all that in mind, what could a balanced, beginner-friendly setup actually look like? Well, here's one idea. A big chunk, say 40%, in T-bills gives you that solid, easy-to-access cash foundation. Then 30% in I-bonds to give you that powerful inflation protection. And the rest is split between longer-term notes, bonds, and TIPS for stability and an extra layer of defense against inflation. So, if you remember anything, let it be this. This is your quick reference guide. Got cash you need to keep safe but want it to earn something? T-bills. Saving for a goal a few years away? T-notes are your best friend. Worried about inflation eating your savings? I-bonds are your champion. Think of this as your playbook as you get started. And there you have it. You now have the blueprint for a rock-solid financial foundation. And look, this isn't just about playing it safe for the sake of it. It's about building a secure base that gives you the confidence and the freedom to take smarter risks in other areas to build real wealth. You've laid the cornerstone. The only question left is, what are you going to build on top of it?